Hello, crew.
The moment we've all been waiting for.
My ears. My God. um,
They said I couldn't do it.
that's Amani.
They said I wouldn't win,
I'm Jessica.
but I in fact won. God damn it, I won!
Um, welcome to the college pick'ems and fantasy football recap. To Amani's comment, she
The
went.
odds were stacked against me. But like the phoenix I am, I rose through the ashes and won.
She went 8-0 this week.
I went fucking 8. Guys,
But hold on, because you almost went 7-1 for a hot second.
Let me explain to y'all what happened. And I'm going to thank my neurological synapses in my brain that curated the dream that made me change my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, boom. So here we are. This is Friday night. Just got home from watching my brother play football, watched the BYU Oklahoma State game, all this stuff. It's 2 a.m. I'm tired. Homegirl is ready to go to bed. I go to sleep. I shit you not. My dream was me sitting in front of a bar. I was at a bar with randoms. I really can't point out who was at the bar, but was at a bar and this big old screen was in front of me, and it was the South Carolina Oklahoma, right? That's where they played.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, South Carolina Oklahoma game. And I'm watching this game, and South Carolina is winning. I said, oh my gosh, my pick'ems, my pick'ems, my pick'ems. That literally was it. That was the dream. It was so insignificant. I was sitting at a bar by myself with a beer watching South Carolina win this game. Woke up the next morning, literally, crust still in my eyes. I immediately texted Jessica. I'm going to pull up the text thread for you all.
Please
so
do.
You know how serious this was. I'm sitting. It is, let me find you real quick.
You're about to find me in a second.
I found you.
I forgot to do this.
Oops, too far. Oh, no, it's not. It's past this. Sorry, we were sending a lot of memes about the Texas game because
we had a good time.
Them, horns down. Yeah. So it is. Hold on. Mm-hmm. Dang, we text a lot. Sorry, guys. I would have been more prepared if I knew we texted this much.
Hang on. I hope you up.
Okay. It is. Hold on.
Okay, here it is.
Oh, Friday. Okay, so Friday at like 8:00 at night. I said, OMG, I'm calling it 4-4. Jessica, for pick'ems, yes. This is why when I went to look at the games, I literally was the only, well, not the only one. Like there were a couple other people, but it was like, if we had to go back and look at it, actually, can we go back and look at it? Jessica, can you hide everybody else?
Yeah, it's gonna take me a second. Okay. Side note, that was Friday that you sent that part, but the other part that you're talking about
was Saturday morning. But yes, I guess that's why it was on my mind and I was dreaming about it because we talked about it Friday night. But basically all I did was, the thing is, for context, guys, we do these pick'ems and then Jessica makes the announcement for everybody to make their picks. So I literally go into this not knowing what everybody else has chosen. Sometimes people are on top of it and we might have a person or two here or there that already made their picks when we come in here. But most of the time, none of them have been selected. So oftentimes before 12 o'clock hits, I just like to look to see how I pan out compared to everybody else. And I had a mini panic because it was like I was the only person for the most part that was going against the grain on a lot of these games. Mm-hmm. So I texted Jessica and said, I'm calling it. I'm going 4-4 because in my brain, I was like, there were 4 games that I just was absolutely confident that I was going to lose. So I'm texting Jessica that night. I said, I'm going 4-4. Everyone literally picked Alabama. But here's the thing. I'm fucking stubborn. I'm not changing it to Bama. I will never pick Bama in the days of my days because I fucking hate them.
And I, on the other hand, chose Tennessee, or I chose Bama because I will never choose an orange team. Fuck that shit.
Did you hide them?
No, I'm about to.
Okay. I'll keep talking then. Yeah, I refuse to pick Bama, even if it is a technically a loss. Like I will never pick Bama. So fun fact, as we're looking at Mizzou, Alabama, I will not be picking Bama because fuck them. Anyway, I'm texting her. I said I'm literally about to drop 10 spots in pick'ems. I think I'm gonna make some changes because I'm scared. Jessica goes, LOL, dramatic.
Okay, they're
You're
good.
literally not gonna be 10 because I'm at 9. So all that to say, I just had a brief conversation with her. Same night, I said, I think I want to change to South Carolina. She's like, who do you have now? I said, Oklahoma. She said, okay, that's fair. I said, but I'm scared. And she goes, follow your heart.
That's Friday
Literally
night.
go,
That's
that's
Friday
Friday
night.
night. So
She
I was
doesn't
already
change
thinking
it.
about it, already talking about it, didn't change it because I was like, you know what? You're right. I need to follow my heart. Go to sleep that night. Maybe because that was like the last thing on my brain. I wake up 10, so this is 10:30. We are talking about something completely different. We're talking about our Halloween costumes and stuff because I'm not a big fan of dressing up, but she's trying to give me ideas for stuff that I should wear.
Hmm.
And in the middle of this conversation, I go at 10:52 a.m. Also, for some reason, I can't get into the dock. Can you switch it to South Carolina for me, please? Because it was
So,
still on my brain. I
side
had the
note,
dream.
it's 11 a.m. The dock closes at noon. And so
Yeah.
she had 1 hour to make this change. And
And it was just so heavy on my brain after having that dream. After sitting and thinking about it, after waking up the next day, I was like, I just have to make this change. Like, it just needs to happen.
and then I joked
So,
saying, "Ah, that sucks. I could like,
yeah, she was
forget to
playing with
do
me,
it."
y'all. She goes, I like, because wherever I was or whatever I was doing, I could not get into the dock and it was not letting me change it. She goes, should I? I put in all caps, Jessica, please. I'm trying to go 5-3. Because
Nah.
again, in my brain, I thought I was going to go 4-4. So she goes, I'm making breakfast. One sec. I'm like, well, you lock the dock, so I'm not worried as long as you change it. And she goes, yeah, but I could like also forget.
Exactly.
Again, playing with my emotions.
Listen.
So at some point, where is it? I'm scrolling because then we start talking about um we start talking about Halloween costumes again and all this other stuff. There was some juicy tea this weekend too. We're not gonna share it, but some juicy tea. But she goes, okay, I changed it, whatever. And I was like, thank you, thank you. Side note, I'm not watching this game because, again, going into this day, I knew I wasn't going to be able to watch college football and I was very sad about it. She goes, at 112, Amani, check the score of the South Carolina Oklahoma game.
Mm-hmm.
I, in all caps, Jessica, I fucking knew it.
Dead ass. Dead ass.
And the thing that was so crazy was it was the first quarter and they were already blowing them out. So then I followed up and said, I deadass had a dream about it. That's why I was so bothered. I said, I'm so glad I changed it. Um, but yes, anyway, long story short, that dream is what made me go 8-0. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to my brain, because there would have been no other reason for me to change it except for that dream. Walking on a dream.
I honestly just I was laughing my ass off because I just thought it was so funny as hell that she's freaking out over this game. Because of all of the games, I'm like, that's the game you're freaking out about?
It
Interesting.
was,
Okay.
and that's the thing, like, um, once Jessica hides everybody else's name for confidentiality, I'll show you. There were other games where I picked some wild stuff. The Tennessee Bama game, I could have very easily lost that game because it was close.
That was the one I thought you were
Um,
going to change. And then you said South Carolina, Oklahoma. And I was like, okay.
yeah, it just was, I thought about it. There's another game too that I picked against everybody else, and it just kind of was like, oh,
It was Wake Forest, Yukon. You were like one of 4 people to
oh yeah,
pick
yeah.
Wake.
Jessica was like, "You sure you're gonna pick Wake?" I said, "I'm never gonna bet against Wake. This may be a game I lose, but I'll never bet against Wake." Wake showed up.
Nick
Thanks.
actually showed
Thanks,
up.
guys. Go Deeks. Um, all that to say that 8-0 that I so preciously did got me up to second place by myself. No longer in a tie, no longer fighting for my life. The first place person, I am on your ass. You're only up by 2. You better not fuck up.
It's gotten close now. It's really, really close now, which
It's
is actually
very
a lot of
close.
fun. Everybody's within like 1 or 2 of each other, except for first and
Hmm.
second place. It's like 3.
Well,
But that
all
could
I'm saying
change,
is after this week.
bro. It could change.
Oh, so that was my other thing. So as I'm driving in the car randomly, again, just weird. The song Perfect Day, it's a perfect day, starts playing. This is after I find out I'm 8-0. I sent it to Jessica. I said, "This is in fact a perfect day." And she goes, "Oh, I'm picking next week's games." I said, "And perfect day over."
And
So
immediately she FaceTimed me and was like, "Who are you picking?" So here we are.
here we are. Will this luck continue? I don't think so.
We're gonna find out. So let's dive into this shit. So this week's games were interesting because I know there's some big matchups that we talked about in our last episode, but I have to be mindful because I don't want to repeat too many people each week because then it gets boring. Then it's like, dang, it's the same people all the time. I last year when I did this, I got accused of bias, so I had to be careful. So there's some mix-ups. The first one, though, I had to put it in there because genuinely Mizzou has a chance to do something hilarious this week. So the first game that we got is Mizzou versus Alabama. Um, the main thing that Bama has going for them is it's in Tuscaloosa. It's pretty much it.
I just don't like them. Again, this is going to be one where I genuinely, because I think Bama's favored by a lot for this one.
I will tell you in a second. They're favorited by 14 points as of right now. Matchup predictor has them favored 82% to win this game, which is
Yeah, I don't give a
crazy to
fuck. I'm
me.
not I'm not picking them.
It's
This will be a
crazy.
game.
Go ahead.
I said this will be a game I'm okay to lose.
This is a crazy thing to me because you look at the quarterbacks, okay? Yes, Cook has 130 completions out of 206 for 1,545 yards, 7 touchdowns, 1 interception. Then you look at Jalen. Jalen only has 177 attempts, but 121 of those were caught for 1,722 yards, 13 touchdowns, but 6 interceptions. 6. Um, I want chaos, so I'm also gonna go Mizzou. Um,
Listen, I'm okay with this being my game I lose because I will never pick Bama. Here's where I think will be interesting. I understand Bama is favored to win this by a long shot, but every opponent that Mizzou has played, including um Vanderbilt,
mhm.
they really haven't allowed a lot of points. The only exception I can give is when they played Texas A&M, but like everybody else that they played, they have not defensively allowed a lot of points. And I think that is Bama's downfall is
Mhm.
their offensive game with a tough defense. So,
Mhm.
um
You shake up that O line just a little bit, Jalen freaks the fuck out.
yeah, I think what it's gonna come down to, this is gonna end up being a match of like who can put the most points on the board, which duh, that's how all football is. But like I think here, um, Mizzou's defense, if they can keep doing what they've been doing, they might have a chance. Either way, I will never pick Bama because they fucking stink. So that is all. If this is a
um,
game I lose, fine, so be it.
I'm gonna choose Mizzou because I told people at the beginning of the year, do not underestimate some of these teams. And Bama underestimated Vandy. Bama underestimated Tennessee. Bama might underestimate Mizzou here, and then they still got to play South Carolina. And I'm saying this as a Georgia fan who has played. We have played all three of those, all of those teams. They can ruin your season in a fucking heartbeat, just like Tennessee did to y'all. And y'all still got to face 2 of the other 4. And
Yep,
I'm not saying South Carolina looks amazing, but they don't look bad. They look pretty damn good. I ain't gonna lie to you.
yep.
So I gotta go Mizzou here just because I want some chaos. And Cause fuck it.
Again, you will never catch me pick and roll Tide, Crimson Tide, Elephants. Never that.
She don't give a
Even if they are undefeated, I don't give a piss.
about the Tide.
Period.
We actually don't care. Second game, second matchup. This is actually a big game. It's LSU versus Texas A&M. Both of them are undefeated in the
Oh
SEC
my
conference right now,
god.
which this could lead to potentially, depending on how the rest of the season goes out, who the leader of the SEC conference will be. Right now, they have Texas A&M favorited by 2.5 points. Matchup predictor has them at 52% favorite. Um, the
I'm
only
sorry, this just gave me heartburn.
every game gives you heartburn. Um,
No, this game gives me heartburn. I don't fucking know. The thing that doesn't make it better, they're both tied conference-wise, but they're also both 6-1.
correct. And I will add both of them, their defenses look like they allow the other teams to score a good bit of points,
Hmm.
which is a problem. Um, Now I will say LSU's loss came at the early part of the year against USC. So that's kind of significant. And then Texas A&M's loss was also at the start of the year against Notre Dame. So it's like, who has improved the most? Why LSU?
I feel like LSU,
Mm-hmm.
uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I think what's making me pick LSU is just their performance with past games and the fact that Texas A&M last week only won by 10 against Mississippi State, who, like, if I'm not mistaken, is tied for the bottom of the SEC.
Mm-hmm. They
To
are with Auburn.
me, yeah, to me, I feel like LSU has been grinding it out harder. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
they've also kind of had a harder lineup as far as their teams have gone. Um, and I just feel like Texas A&M is too variable because, like, on one end, you won by 10 to Mississippi State, but then the week before that, you blew out Mizzou. So it's
Mm-hmm.
just like I don't feel like there's consistency, whereas when I'm looking at LSU, I see a little bit of consistency.
That's fair. I sorry, I confused myself. I have to go with LSU as well. Um, to your point, they've been a little bit more consistent. The first two games, obviously, they allowed a lot more points than they should have. But in the last couple of games, they've kind of been able to hold it together. Whereas Texas A&M still seems to be struggling on the defensive side and allowing the opponent to score a little bit more. And if LSU's offense can show up, that's all they need. Well, that's not true. You still need a good defense, but I gotta go with LSU. I think
Yeah.
surprisingly, shockingly, as much as I don't want it, I think LSU walks away with the win here and becomes the top of the SEC for the moment. For the moment. Um, yeah.
I
Next,
don't feel confident about this one,
it's a
but
50-50. This one's a tough one.
yeah. This one I see the game going very much like how the Alabama-Tennessee game went, where it's
Same.
just gonna be a bloodbath. So I think whoever you pick for this one, you can't really go wrong.
This one could be the one that I like 50-50 think about the rest of the week. I'm not going to lie. This one is Texas Tech and TCU. Texas Tech is actually doing the best they've done in a while, surprisingly. They're
What is
5-2.
this?
A matchup, it's a game. Um, TCU is favored by 6 points. TCU is favored in the matchup predictor by 60%. Um, I
What the fuck is this? Dog threw 6 interceptions this year?
Yep.
Uh,
And they played entirely different opponents too. Jesus Christ.
mm,
Ooh.
mm.
Ooh. lot of points allowed. I'm I'm gonna go with Tennessee Tech. Um,
You mean Texas Tech?
or Texas Tech, sorry. Because what concerns me is in the losses, specifically, I'm looking at SMU, as well as Houston. Their defense was non existent. They allowed 66 points a game and then 30 points recently. And were only able to score 19 against Houston's defense, which is not much. Um, and then against Utah, you were only able to also score 13, which is questionable at best. Meanwhile, for Texas Tech, even when they lose, they're still scoring 35 points. Scored 44, 30, 66. So I'm going to lean more against Texas Tech and give it to them. I think it'll be a bloodbath potentially, but I'm gonna give it to
I
them.
I don't really know what to do with this information.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this one making my head itch. Oh God.
My itch. Oh hell! Don't do that.
I think
Mm-hmm.
uh
You think?
fuck it. I'm going Texas Tech as well.
Whoop whoop.
I think for me, very similar to your defense argument, I think that defense, if it does what they've been doing, should be fine. But I also feel like the fact that TCU has literally given up 6 interceptions is absolutely maddening to me. Whereas the Texas Tech quarterback has only given up 3. So I think I'm gonna go against the grain because I just feel like from a offensive standpoint, they may be similar, but I think defense they have a slight edge.
I agree.
I don't feel great about this one. I'm gonna be honest.
I some of these I don't know if I'm gonna feel confident myself. So,
This
um,
is like hard and giving me heartburn.
does every week. So this one is Oklahoma State versus Baylor. They're both 3-4. Baylor right now is a 3.5 point favorite. In the matchup
That doesn't
predictor,
matter.
they're 52%. Um, I will say you're talking about interceptions. Oklahoma State has 9 interceptions versus Baylor's 3.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, he also has 233 attempts at passing. Uh their running game looks okay, but Jesus.
And they lost to West Virginia?
Mhm.
I think hmm.
Mhm.
Huh. So they both played
BYU,
mm-hmm.
which I
And
will
Baylor,
say Oklahoma State is coming off that close loss to BYU this weekend.
whereas Baylor lost to them
A while ago.
by 6.
Something like that.
Hmm.
I think I got to go with Oklahoma State. No reason.
I clicked Oklahoma State for the simple fact that they almost beat BYU. And if BYU is ranked as 13 in my brain, that means
Yeah.
they should be somewhat decent. However, after further review and seeing that Baylor also almost beat BYU, I'm starting to think BYU is not as good. I feel like we talked about this already and we're not going to go back to the AP poll, but I feel like the fact that these two teams almost
Mhm.
beat you should not have you in the top,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
But I think what really caught my eye here
Mhm.
was the amount of points the defense allowed aside from the West Virginia game, because I just felt like a fluke. But I'm looking at these Baylor scores and they're about the same. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't really know what the reasoning is anymore.
That's why I just chose Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I think. Hmm. I. I um. The thing that I'm interested in though, and I'm gonna look at it in just a second. Uh, any injuries come out of that Oklahoma State game?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, now this is something.
Mhm.
So today's Monday.
Mhm.
So 3 days ago, they swapped quarterbacks.
Oklahoma State or Baylor?
Oklahoma State
Oh.
changed QBs in this last game against BYU
Okay.
because the quarterback that they had got an upper body injury in the first half
Oh.
and basically was like he'll be out for a while.
Okay.
Now it's interesting, and I don't know, this will be interesting to see, but the fact that they took him out for an injury and they were still able to get that close to BYU with their backup quarterback.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. I'm not going to change it. I don't feel good about this one either, but I'm not going to change it because
I just think now that they have a week to prepare with that quarterback, though, it could be an interesting play. I don't think it's going to be the same kind of bullshit as Texas did, where it was like panic, just switch out the quarterbacks because let's just switch out the quarterbacks.
I mean, again, the fact that they switched him out in the first half and they were still able to get that close to BYU, who
I'm
had no
saying.
problems.
Yeah.
I think with him having a little more practice because they know for sure he's playing this game,
Yep.
I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick beside it.
All right. Maryland, Minnesota. Both of these are 4-3. Minnesota is favorited as a 3.5 point favorite, with Matchup Predictor having them as a 61% favorite. Um, Most recent wins, most significant wins, is Maryland just beat USC this weekend for the first time. Pretty big. But they've also lost to Northwestern and Indiana. But they did score 28 points on Indiana, so keep that in mind. Minnesota also played USC and won 24-17. But this is kind of significant. They lost to Michigan 27-24, which ain't great. Looking at it, it's not good. It's not very good.
Y'all ever seen that meme with the cat that just be sitting there with his arms up, like, why? That's how
Oh,
I feel. Why? I genuinely, this is crazy. Every week, bro, 9 weeks in a row, you
mm-hmm.
have managed to make this hard.
Yep.
I thought for sure there's gonna be a week where it's like cupcake games because
No,
there's really no, I was wrong.
no, I'm never
Uh,
gonna do that. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
well, I didn't think you were gonna intentionally do it, but I thought because there just had to be a week where somebody was not having a challenging game, I thought for sure
That was at the beginning of
we
the
would have
year.
gotten there
That
in
was at
9 weeks.
was at the beginning of the season. But now things are real and ain't nobody great. So,
Okay. So, after processing what you said,
mhm. I think based off their performances against USC, I'm going to go with Minnesota. Because they were able to hold USC to only 17 points while Maryland made it a game 29-28, which is kind of concerning. Um, and then looking at their other games, for Maryland, they let their opponent score well over 20 points damn near each game. And looking at Minnesota, they were at least able to hold majority of their opponents to under 25.
I'm gonna
Um,
have to agree with you. I
yeah.
think um my main thing is I'm looking at let me go back and make sure I'm looking at the right thing. It seems to me um based on the stats of each team,
Mm-hmm.
damn, I don't know anymore. I don't remember what I was gonna say. Um, yeah, I think, oh God. Imma just say Minnesota and Imma move on because I can't. I don't really know. There's no rhyme or reason for this. Also, is somebody in here trying to make their picks?
Uh-oh. Well, they're gonna have to wait. So, whoopsies. Uh,
We'll speed this up. Utah State.
Utah State versus Wyoming. Uh, 1
I
second.
don't really
I got you.
understand why you did this to me.
Because I can. All right. So, Wyoming opens up as the 2.5 point favorite. Matchup predictor has them 58% favorited. Significant stats. Both quarterbacks have 7 or 6 interceptions. Um,
Golly.
but significant thing to note, the Utah State's running back already has 666 yards on the year versus
And did you
Wyoming's.
see their
They're what?
rec their receiver got 834?
Yeah, they popping off. They ain't got a lot to show for it though. I mean, they've been significantly scoring over 20 points each game, but they're still losing, which tells me there's a really weak defense over there because golly, they're
Damn, your
scoring
defense
60.
is letting up points.
You look to Wyoming though, and their offense is not scoring anything. And their defense is also not there. So you have one who has a working offense, no defense, and then it looks like we have one that has neither. With that, I'm going to go with Utah State. Sorry for the long silence, y'all. Amani is thinking very, very hard.
I feel like my brain is gonna explode.
It gonna bust.
I am also going Utah State,
Yay!
only because I feel like they have played harder teams compared to Wyoming. And I think the reason this is more closely weighed than most is because Wyoming is 1-2 in their conference, whereas Utah State is 0-3. However, if I'm not mistaken, Utah State is in a pretty mm, oh, this is a conference game.
Mm-hmm. Sure is.
I don't know what to do with this information.
Um, Side note, uh, Lady Gaga just announced a tour,
Shut up.
world tour.
Darn it. I have no money.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
broke.
she's not coming to Georgia. She's just going to Chicago, New York, and Los Angeles.
How the fuck
Oh,
you gonna
wait.
call that a
No, this ain't a world tour. It's her album release. Holy shit. It's coming out on the 25th. It's coming out this week.
of October?
Yes.
That's in 3 days.
Yeah. Sorry, y'all.
Ain't Tyler's coming out that same day?
Yeah. No, Tyler's coming out on the 28th. He's coming out on a Tuesday. Yeah.
Somebody else is dropping this week. Is it Meg?
Yes.
I'm finna be blessed on Friday. The way my productivity at work is gonna increase.
Sorry for the
Thank you.
side note,
Something.
but also
Something makes sense in this world.
we're getting new Gaga. So excited. And new Meg and new Tyler the Creator. Hell yeah. Anyways.
My other logic, and this is gonna sound crazy as hell, but Utah is on a 6-week losing streak.
Mm-hmm.
And Wyoming is on a 2-week losing streak. So in my brain,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they have to win. You can't lose that much. You have to win at some point.
I think it's to what your point was. They've faced some tougher opponents, and Wyoming really hasn't, to be honest. And
Yeah.
like I said, even with the lesser opponents, they're not scoring that much. While like Utah State at least is putting in some scores, and like they're putting up some points. So I have to give it to Utah
It's
State.
crazy. I ain't never in my life. Never in my life. Anyway,
All right. Next we got New Mexico versus Colorado State. Shout out to our Colorado State fan. You know who you are. Um, let's see here.
I have no feelings towards this.
Well, they're New Mexico is 3-4. Colorado State is 4-3. Colorado State is actually open as the favorite, 6.5 points. And also Matchup Predictor has them as 61% favorite. Looking into it, quarterback for New Mexico has 9 interceptions versus 5 for Colorado State.
Damn.
Yeah. Looking at the rushing yards, this is crazy. 96 carries for 622 yards for Colorado State right now, which is kind of crazy. But then you flip flop it and you look at New Mexico's receiving yards and 50 receptions for 663 yards, but only 1 touchdown. Crazy.
Looking at New Mexico,
Mhm.
the amount of points they allow is atrocious.
I will say their win against what is that, Air Force? They won 52-37, while this past weekend when Colorado State played them, they only won 21-13. But to your point, Colorado State ain't allowing that many points. Not near as many as New Mexico State is. Or New Mexico, not State, sorry.
I'm going Colorado State. I think what I'm looking at here, Colorado State, first of all, has played tougher opponents.
Mm-hmm.
Two, I feel as if New Mexico is just defensively weaker.
Mm.
I might be bit in the ass for saying that, but I just feel like the amount of points I'm seeing them let up, even in the games that they won, is sick. Like this last game,
Yeah.
they won, but they allowed their opponents to score 45 points.
Yeah. That's kind of bad.
And
I
that's happening across the board. Like they have multiple games in here where they're winning, but they've allowed their opponents to score at least 40 points, if that.
I also have to go with Colorado State. One little bit of friend bias. My friend loves Colorado State. I'll give it to you. Second, looking at their records, I also have to agree that Colorado State has played tougher opponents. They gave Oregon State a run for their money, almost beat them in overtime. Shout out. And when they played Colorado, which Colorado ain't that great, Colorado only scored 20 something points on them, which is kind of impressive because usually it's a big, huge blowout, and it wasn't. So I think to your point, Colorado State's defense is actually there versus New Mexico's is still trying to figure itself out. So I'm gonna go with Colorado State.
Yeah, I think, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna just not even think about this any more than I am thinking about it right now and just go with it. I don't know why these games are making my logic in my brain not function. Like I don't know the
Well,
answer.
here's the last one. This one might be an easy pick for you. Um, Temple versus East Carolina. East Carolina is a 7-point favorite. Matchup predictor has them favored by 76%. Looking into it, it's interesting because looking quarterback wise, Temple's quarterback has 977 yards for 10 touchdowns. Then you look at East Carolina's, they have 12 interceptions. 12 interceptions so far, 8 touchdowns, 1,400 yards. Um,
I need to start reminding myself to take an Advil before we do this portion
run
of the podcast.
running game wise, Temple hasn't really run the ball that much. Their lead running back only has 31 carries versus East Carolina leans on it heavy with 109 carries for 431 yards. Um, and then rushing, they're pretty much neck and neck, I would say. Um, yeah, one significant game is Temple when they played Army, they lost 42-14, and then East Carolina most recently this past weekend when they played lost 45-28. Not very helpful at all. I know.
Ugh, bro. Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm getting an attitude.
you're not getting a tude. You're good.
No, I'm getting a tude. This is a
Oh,
tude.
okay.
Because what the fuck is this? This is like saying, "Hey, Amani, I know you like to color, and I have a coloring book for you, but here are broken crayons. Figure out a color with them."
I'm going with the purple broken crayon. Um,
Okay, Harold.
who the fuck is Harold?
Harold and his purple crayon? Never
Oh, I forgot
mind.
about that book. Man, I know what you're talking about.
Doesn't matter. It
It
didn't
doesn't.
help me get any closer to an answer.
I picked East Carolina because at least they're scoring a significant amount of points when they're playing in their losses. They're at least scoring over 20 points, which makes me think that their offense is somewhat alive. The only thing that has me hesitant is it looks like their defense is just non existent. And when you're looking at Temple,
It's
though,
literally going to be a battle of East Carolina's offense and Temple's defense. That's what I'm seeing
which
here.
Temple's defense isn't that strong. So I gotta go with East Carolina.
It's a home game. It's a home game. The end. I don't have anything else to contribute.
Well,
It's a home game. You see how my you see how my energy
mm-hmm.
has shifted, y'all? I was on a high when we started this. I was like, I made it know. This is great. I'm
But
fighting for my life. Here we are at the end.
mm-hmm.
And I don't know what to do with myself.
Well, here's the thing. Do you want to talk about your fantasy team and how well it's going? Because I can shift that up for you. Because guess what? I believe you won this week. I think it's
I'm
official.
Jessica, I'm still having an aneurysm from these pigs.
Oh
I
my
need a
gosh.
moment.
I'm trying to give you positivity. You won by 23 points.
So here we are, guys. These are the decisions. Surprisingly, we are unanimous across the board. I think we've only done this one other time.
Yeah.
Um, who knows if I have another dream? We'll see, but uh at this very moment, I think I'm gonna stick with this.
For now, I'll probably get a text at 1 o'clock on Friday.
Maybe not. I don't even know at this point which one to change. I'm so unsure. Now, I just wanted to make a little shout out to one of the people last week went, what was it, 2-6,
Yeah.
who almost would have also went 8-0 with me.
My pit guy, who let a football expert influence his picks. This is why you don't let anybody chime in on your picks other than yourself.
I would have felt sick and I would have immediately texted that person and said, "You owe me $10." Because, I mean, when I say you would have had a perfect game, I would have been
Oh,
so sick.
literally, they flipped their pick from Tennessee to Bama. They flipped their pick from Georgia to Texas, and then there was one other one that he was convinced to change. Um, the Michigan Illinois game, changed that one as well. And I was like, you need to just make your picks because this is what you pick. Me and Amani, we discuss it. I give her the information I got and we will discuss it and talk about it. And if we disagree, we disagree. But I'm not here to influence. I'm just here to give
And here's
information.
here's really the thing about this game, this
Mm-hmm.
college pickups game.
Mm-hmm.
There's no logic.
No.
I don't care if you've watched football for 14 years, you deem yourself a football expert. There is no logic to how you pick these games other than what is my gut telling me?
All I'm saying is that with how this, if it was previous seasons, I'd be scared shitless for all of these. Like, honestly, not even scared shitless. I'd be confident in all of my picks because I'd be like, yeah, clear winner, Bama, clear winner, LSU, clear winner, TCU, whatever. But this season, ain't no, we don't know. Ain't nobody know. I can't tell
It's
you.
it's a crapshoot.
Yeah,
Genuine crapshoot.
yeah. I don't know.
So, with that being said, this is our picks for the week. I don't feel confident in them.
Woo-hoo.
This same lineup could get you 0-8. So, we will see how this goes. Do I feel confident? No.
But you know what you should feel confident about now?
My
Your
draft.
your fantasy team. Your
Let
fantasy
me
team.
tell y'all, this is the first week where I was not pissed at my bench because my bench literally, and I think I need to refresh. Oh, actually, no. Is this the final?
Maybe.
I'll refresh just to make sure. Yeah, that was the final. For once, this is the first time ever where my bench did exactly what it was supposed to do, which was nothing. So, shout out to y'all for literally doing exactly what I needed you to do.
Whoop whoop. Thank
And
you.
shout out to the people that I started that did exactly what they needed to do because I needed y'all to come in clutch. Jalen, oh, here go my Pookie Wookies of the week.
Pookie
Jalen Hurts.
Wookies.
Jalen Hurts, you have
Yeah.
been letting me down for the most part this entire fantasy season. You came in clutch, Pookie. 26.9 points. Pookie Wookie. My other Pookie Wookie is George Pickens because last week you had me wanting you to sit on the bench forever. This week you woke up. So
It's not even
Pookie
that they
Wookie
woke up.
George.
They started targeting him more. And my brother in Christ can catch the damn ball and he's going to be open every time. And sure as hell was he open every single
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Sorry. Continue.
I appreciate you because if you did the same thing you did to me last week, I probably would have jumped off a cliff. Um Demario, I'm gonna give you a pass because apparently you were ill. And I'm assuming it was something flu related or viral because you needed anti-nausea medication and an IV drip. You were playing. I will give you the grit. You still tried to play, and they was like, "My God, you gotta sit down." So I will give you this pass for this week. I may be switching you out because I don't know how sick you are. I told Jessica, I'm gonna be so honest. I thought you were just hungover, but could possibly not be. And could actually have something going on. So I think I might want you to rest a little bit. So I might end up switching you out depending on how my buys go next week. The Bengals defense, my God. You like I know I switched you out with the Saints, but goodness, I didn't expect you to do that.
All I'm gonna say is, Bengals shout out, good job for giving her points, but also like, I would have loved if y'all could have let the Browns win just so because it was Nick Chubb's first game back and he deserved a win. I do love that he got his first touchdown being back and it was great. Kudos. Um, y'all could have let that man get a win. Damn it, it's fine.
Um yeah, so T, you did good. You did good.
You
I'll
did good.
allow it. Um Tony and James, I had no one else. I'm gonna be so honest with you. My running backs at this very point in time are scarce because my dog K met. No, sorry. Jonathan is literally out for who knows how long.
Yeah.
So I'm a little scarce on the running back game. Rico was also out this week because he had a bye. So I might do some switcherooing. So I can't really be upset with y'all. Y'all really could only do I had no other choice basically. I was stuck with this. But overall, I did win.
Yeah.
So now I am officially 3-4. I
Woohoo!
feel bad for this person because they were also 2-4, so they're probably last
To be
now.
fair,
But
they
that's
weren't paying attention and they let somebody that was out play. So
yes, Rashid. I also feel like sorry, I have the hiccups, y'all. I don't know what's going on. Somebody on their bench was popping up. Oh yes. Their QB, I guess, was fine,
Gio, yeah, he did good.
but
Oh my
oh, actually, no,
God,
I'm
Sam.
sorry. It was Sam. This man went crazy.
Jesus.
So, I mean, I guess it's fine because, like, you got 23 here, but, like, man. And why do you have three QBs? Huh.
Three
And why
QBs
do you have a
and
defense on your bench?
I don't know.
This person is 2-4 for a reason. I was 2-4 for bad luck and unfortunate pickings where people just decided to wake up whenever I didn't choose them. This is just flat out crazy. I don't understand this. All right. But anyway, that's now over. It doesn't matter. I got a new week. I got to get ready for. Um let's
Whoop.
look at what I have to deal with for week 8. Um I know I probably have some buys in here. Let me see.
Actually, no.
Oh, no I
You're
don't.
safe this week. You do got some
Um
question marks though, but to be fair, George Kittle has been questionable every single week, but he's day to day, so that's a positive. You want that. Demario Douglas, I would keep an eye on him. For
yeah,
sure.
he definitely has some flute. Let me see if they updated his thing.
Oh,
Um
this is sick, Pookie Wookie. He's sick.
yes. He got the IV prior to the game to try to play, couldn't play. Hoping that his condition doesn't take a turn for the worse, he should be able to play the Jets. I'm gonna keep an eye on it because Loki, I might want you to rest and I might swap in. Huh. I don't know. My other receivers are playing some rough
You can
teams.
also
Oh, he's in my flex, so I really could move him with someone
yeah,
else.
you can definitely move him with a lot of other people. So you could do Rico, you could do Jackson, you could do Cole. Um,
I think I might. Let me. Okay, let me
hold
think
on. Who
about
is
this.
Kyler playing? Go back down. Oh, Jalen's playing
Tyler's
Cincinnati.
playing
Okay,
Miami.
Jalen's playing Cleveland. Or yeah,
Cincinnati.
Bengals. My bad.
Hmm.
Don't yell at me, y'all. I think the one you got to really watch is Demario. Um, James just
Miami, how have they been doing since is Tua back?
no,
Did I see something that he was
no. He just spoke out saying like, "Thank you for the concern," but he's not back.
sorry to cough.
You're fine. They're not great right now. It's actually really bad. And they had another player that just tore his ACL. So,
Yikes.
but to be fair, the Bengals aren't doing so hot either.
Questionable. They have a backup QB.
They yeah, they got you they usually have 3 QBs on their team, QB1,
No,
QB2,
but what I'm
QB3.
saying, their QB1 and 2 is out.
Yeah. Well, he's not
I
out.
need
He's
to
questionable,
honestly,
but
I need to be looking at their defense.
also this is you're going back in time.
Oh yeah, I am. You're right. You're right. Where is their injured reserve list? Do they have that?
That's what you were just looking at.
That's not the full list.
But the most important ones are Brax for this week right now. It's Braxton and Tua.
Do I put Kyler in instead of
I don't know, man. Look at the scores. Not don't look at. Hold on. When you're done with
the
that,
offensive tackle and their safety?
go to their schedule. That's from
Their
October 8th. Yeah, go to their schedule real quick because I'm wanting to see how many points they allowed. 16, 26, 38, 34, 41, 7, 7, 14. They're allowing a lot of points now. Even against Carolina, they allowed 24, even though they won.
Yeah, but it's Joe Burr.
Yeah,
I guess
but
that doesn't matter.
yeah, because Joe Burrow can't do shit if his defense ain't showing up. Think on it. I wouldn't make any hot, like, hasty decisions because
Yeah,
they're
that's
damn
fair.
near the
Their
same.
defense- Okay, that's a good point because even though Miami is not doing well offensively, their defense is holding them the fuck up. So I will leave it as is.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to put K-Met in here, but my question is, do I swap him? I think I might swap him with Demario. Let me just go ahead and do that.
Yeah, and just keep an eye on Demario because if he ends up like recovering from his really bad weekend out or whatever it is, his flu or whatever the hell, um,
Whatever happened to him.
whatever happened, you can just switch him back. You'll just need to keep an eye on it. I'll remind you.
Okay. And then
Side note, Lamar Jackson got me 34 points today. Thank you, Lamar.
did I actually 34, damn.
Yeah, he popped up against Tampa Bay and won 41-31.
Ye-
281 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Should I
Yes. What?
I was oh my god, something's should I think about instead swapping out Tony for K-Met?
You can't. He's a tight end.
Oh, sorry. I'm stupid. My running backs are just they
They're
play Tampa. Fuck. Oh, no. I'm moving San Francisco.
mm mm.
Here's my problem. I fear Tony is not doing a lot.
Well, who has he played? Played Buffalo. He is playing Detroit. Detroit just had a big win this weekend.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I fear he's not going to be able to do what he needs to do. And I
But
feel
I
like
don't think the other guy's gonna be able to do it against San Francisco. It's fucking San Francisco.
let me look at his log in the games.
That
He did get 10 points on Detroit.
yeah, but that's Detroit. I'm talking about San Francisco. But also, if he got 10 points at Detroit, then the other guy could get 10 points at Detroit too. What team is
But
he
my
on?
problem is he's on the Titans. My problem is
He's been consistently running.
I don't know.
Pollard's a fantasy running back one in this favorable week 7 matchup.
That was week 7. We're on week 8 now. He's RB1 because Spears is week to week due to a hamstring injury in week 6. Do we know if he's back?
If they're week to week and he didn't play this weekend, we're not going to know.
Ah, I feel like something is in here. Sorry, I know I'm wasting time. I'll just leave it for now, but I'm not really confident in that. When do you come back, Pookie? Oh my
He's
gosh.
going to resume practice this week. But I wouldn't hold your Holtz up because it's the Colts.
This is no fun.
Uh,
Um,
you said that last week and then you ended up winning.
yeah, okay, so defense-wise, they play Philly. I feel like I might need to switch my defense again.
Absolutely, you need to switch defense so quickly.
Yeah.
Badly. Go up. Go. Yep.
Uh,
You could pick the Eagles. Could pick the Eagles. You're not going to be able to choose until tomorrow, but you could definitely choose them or the Saints. Saints are playing Denver.
no, they lost to Denver.
Oh, they're not playing Denver.
They're playing
Apologies.
Tampa Bay. I refuse.
Oh,
Um,
the Saints are? I thought Atlanta was playing them.
are the Saints playing this week or are they on a bye officially? Oh,
No,
they
they're
play the
playing the
Chargers.
Chargers.
I don't care. Defensively, we've been ass.
Okay, never mind.
I refuse. Now the Eagles may be one to pick. Kansas City plays the Raiders. Um, uh, don't have much to pick here. I guess I will. I
Wait,
can't.
you can't change them until tomorrow. So I would
But
wait.
here, when I clicked it, it said claim.
Okay, go ahead and claim them.
I just am scared somebody might grab them before I do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're locked. You can't pick them until tomorrow.
So you mean to tell me that tomorrow, at soon as my eyes open, I need to come in here and swap them out?
You can see if it'll allow you to do that, yes, but it has to wait till Monday Night Football is all wrapped up and done.
It's
So
midnight though.
I understand, but the matchups just finished. So you gotta be patient.
Okay, fine, 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 fine. Anyway, all right. So I think this is it. Let's see who I play next. No, no, I'm not gonna talk about. Ooh.
You gotta click it. Oh,
Sorry, sorry, sorry. The real dirty thing.
did he change his name? I don't
He
remember
did.
that. Oh
He did change
my
his name.
god. He's 2-4.
He did.
He's
He
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 is
is
two
2
and
and 4 and
four.
just lost.
Well, that's why half his fucking roster's hurt. Jesus. Jesus. Damn, and he
This
has Christian McCaffrey? That sucks ass. Ew, he has Harrison Butker on his team?
Maybe I
Ugh.
have a shot
You have a shot.
off
If
off
D
of looking at
because
this.
DK is they're pretty much thinking that DK's about to be out for weeks. And Mike Evans just got fucked.
He
Like
got hit bad. I remember
he's
his hamstring. Yeah,
they're
he like
pretty
re-injured.
sure yeah. So he might be out for weeks too and he needs two wide receivers and he doesn't have any. You might stand a chance here cuz he's going to have to go dig for two wide receivers to play.
I hope so. Anyway, what is a waiver order? What this mean?
I don't know, don't worry about it.
I want to click it.
You can click it, but if it makes you kick people off,
I don't know what it means.
don't worry about it because you don't get any. I think you only
Oh,
need.
this was like our draft order because I was last. That makes sense.
I don't think so, but sure.
Anyway, um, based on the roster and how everything's going,
She's going
uh,
good.
it's going pretty all right.
Yeah, you're
Um,
on the come up.
I hope so.
You are.
Where is the standings? Oh, here we go. The standings. I am 8th, but
That's without
hopefully
this
if I
weekend.
win,
I was about to
yeah,
say.
if I win, well, I did win. I will
Mm-hmm.
be 3-4,
Mm-hmm.
and I know for a fact Bucket Man Jay will be gone. I think the real Dirty Dan also lost, so he will be gone. I don't. Two Girls One Cup is definitely going to be up there, and then I think Hunter Hollows also won this weekend. Oh no, they
No,
did
they got
not.
their ass whooped. They're not paying attention to their shit.
Yikes!
They're not paying attention to their shit.
You had Lamar on the bit.
Lamar got him 48 points and he had him on the bench.
I would fucking throw up.
His bench got him 72 points. His bench alone got him 72 points, and 48 of those were Lamar.
I
Who was
would
his starting
throw
quarterback?
up.
Jay?
I would.
Brother. Against brother. My brother in Christ. That was such a dumb move.
I would throw up
Dog.
because what do you mean he's on your? I don't care if he is healthy and Jaden is also healthy. This man will never leave my starting lineup.
Unless it's a bye week. But yes.
Well,
That's
wouldn't happen to me.
crazy. That's
Anyway,
crazy.
this is my draft. I feel good about it. Next week, I'm not so sure, but I will be posted next week. Or actually, no, we're not. Are we doing next? We are doing next week.
We are going to
Are
do
we doing
next
next week?
week, but we'll let y'all know. We're probably going to have a bye week coming up here soon, just because of scheduling conflicts as well as some traveling that's going on both
As
of our
well as
parts.
we just need a fucking break. We've been doing this for 9 weeks in a row.
College football, y'all got us tired with all your fucking craziness, brother. I can't keep up. But yeah, all in all, we'll probably be doing a break at some point soon. We'll keep y'all updated on when that is. But we appreciate you guys tremendously.
I almost feel like if it's not next week, it's for sure going to be the week after. So, if I had to guess.
It's gonna be sometime soon, for
Yeah.
sure. But we'll keep y'all updated on when that is exactly. But yeah, other than that, we appreciate you guys so much for listening in. Let us know how you feel about our choices. We will read them, but we won't care. So,
We won't care. Um, but yeah, until next time, go Deeks and go Dogs.
go dogs and go deeks. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.